Okay, quick intro. My Hero Season 5. I just want to see what other people think about it. Because I just watched it like recently. And I know I'm late to it, but hey, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to see. Because I think like literally there was literally no hype. No hype for the season. I just want to see why. I'm shocked there's any reviews, you know? Because I just like didn't see no hype. And I'm guessing it's because a lot of people think it's bad. But, you know, actually, you'll see my opinion when you watch the video. But yeah, just gotta see what other people are thinking. So, Mystic Sage, yeah, I just happened to choose you. You just happen to be the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's really it. I'm just gonna watch this, let you know my thoughts, everything like that, hot takes, all that. Let's just get into it.
So, for now, let's start off with the joint training arc. In the manga, this arc went on for 24 chapters, which was adapted in the 10 episodes. The point of this arc, at least at first, is to pit Class A and B against each other, see how they have grown, while also testing Shinzo, the boy with the brainwashing quirk, to see if he'll make the cut for the hero course in his second year. Also, Deku's quirk went a little haywire in his sleep thanks to One For All's predecessors, so he's a bit iffy on using One For All. So, going into this, it seems many people found it to be one of the most boring storylines of the series. Now,
Really? Hold on. Let me see what he says.
it's not really bad by any means, but the matches did feel like they went on for a while at times.
I don't. To be honest, I was thinking. I actually really liked it. I really liked the first few 10. I think it was 10 episodes. Yeah, I really liked it because it was like, well, we're 5 seasons in, you know. And by the time we were like 5 seasons in, I kind of got invested into the other characters. That's the thing. Like at this point, I'm already like interested in the other characters and not just like Deku and Bakugo and Shinso and all that, like, you know. So it was great. Let's see, what should I say? It was refreshing to see improvements between each character, you know. It's not like, oh, it's only Midoriya and like, you know, it's not only them that's like improving, is others are also improving their skill set and also getting better as the seasons move forward, you know. Because I don't know how else they will show them all getting better, at least for this season, unless they wait until next season and when all the craziness happens. But yeah, like that's the thing I really liked about this little class versus class A, class B, was showing the improvements of each character and how they're not just gonna be useless in the future and they're actually gonna have skills and something they could do later on in the series. So that's really the main thing. To be honest, in my opinion, I think My Hero has the best like cast of characters in like all of anime right now. Like, hot take. That's a hot take. That's definitely a hot take.
During the final match, we have our protagonist rematching Shinzo for the first time since the sports festival, and he thinks he's safe to use his quirk. But then some energy tendrils burst out of his arm and goes crazy on the battlefield.
Yeah, that's another thing too. When, cause of the mystery between what was going on with Midoriya's quirk and with One For All, it was, I couldn't like. That was probably the most. Obviously, everyone's gonna say that was probably the most interesting part of that arc. But like, you know, just that little foreshadowing in the, I think it was like episode 2, with like him meeting the predecessors of One For All and all that, like seeing him actually use the quirk and then something, and this is like the subtleness too, where they have the quirk act up and like show new power with like barely any explanation beforehand. Like we kind of could figure out that it probably has something to do with the predecessors, but you know, we didn't expect this to happen when it happened. You know, it wasn't really any like hints that like he's about to gain new powers like right then and there, unless you read the manga obviously. But you know, if you just anime only like me, then like it just happened out of nowhere really, and it was like you know, it was just those moments that like kind of made this arc like really interesting. And then plus the other times where the other characters showcase new abilities and new powers, etc, etc. Yeah.
Baraka gets Shinzo to brainwash Deku to calm him down, and during that state of unconsciousness, Deku ends up face to face with one of One For All's predecessors, who tells him that One For All has been storing all of their quirks and powering them up over the years.
That was crazy. Storing all their quirks. That was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It was that was smart, but it was crazy. I hope they have an explanation though of why now? Why is Deku the one to be able to unlock all the previous users' quirks, you know? Like, why now?
And that he'll be unlocking all 6 of them in the future. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal. One For All was already busted, and now it's even seemingly more so.
Facts. He was already busted already. And you tell me he's about to have like what? 6, 7, something like that, like new abilities after already having a broken like Superman punch and super strength and agility and all that. Like
Baraka slaps him awake, the match continues, Deku controls his quirk as best as he can, and they win the match, leaving everyone confused on what they saw. Considering Deku was confused enough himself, he was able to play dumb, and everyone disbelieved that it was an offshoot of his current power. Oh, and also Shinzo is likely going into the hero course for year 2, so...
Oh yeah, also Shinzo is an amazing character. I really started liking him more in this arc. Like he's actually his quirk is overpowered. It's broken, but other than that, like he's actually a good character. And what's that? And I forget people's name too quickly, but the teacher, the class 1A's teacher, you know, him training Shinzo, like he's about to be like a 2.0 version. Like, which kind of makes sense because like, well, the teacher he could just look into your eyes and like neutralizes your quirk. Well, this guy he's like mind controlling, like brainwash, you know. So it's like it's similar. It's kind of similar in a way, but you know, yeah. Where their quirks is more on like the mind and the brains and stuff. Kind of neutralizing or the opponent really. Yeah, that's really it. So yeah, Shinzo, very interesting character. Can't wait to see more of him in the future. Let's see how, because I feel like he must have like a bigger role somewhere like in the future, and it must be the reason why they have like him being such an important character in this little arc, you know. So let's see what he does. Let's see, because he has potential to be broken, like very broken. So we'll see.
So honestly, pacing issues aside, it's a solid arc. We got some major reveals and have some stories set up for the future. But yeah, 10 episodes felt like a bit much. Definitely felt like all of this could have been accomplished in 8 or maybe even less. But
could it be accomplished in 8 or less? I don't know. Maybe. Probably can, but like I didn't have a problem with the pacing personally, so I'm fine with 10.
But it is what it is. So next is where things start to get a little shaky. Bones shocked everyone by doing the Endeavor Agency arc first, with My Villain Academia to come later. Now look, I'm not against arcs being rearranged if you can come up with a decent reason for doing so. Most people assume the reason Bones did this was to have the anime coincide with the third movie better, as it takes place during the boys' work study in the Endeavor Agency arc. And that's definitely a very believable statement, but I really don't think that was the only reason. Now, unless someone working for the company comes forward with what the plans were internally, all we can do is speculate. My best...
I couldn't even tell that they rearranged the arcs differently between like the villain arc and the agency arc, you know. I so like the only way you could tell is if you were a manga reader, but if you were an anime just watching the anime, you were thinking, well, at least I was thinking I wouldn't say it came before, but it came like simultaneously at the same time, you know? Actually, no, it didn't, because they mentioned it that like, oh, they mentioned it already that it was like 4 months earlier. That's what they said. It said when they entered the villain arc, they were like, okay, 4 months earlier, and then they went back to the current time with the agency arc. So yeah, actually, yeah, that's what happened.
Best guess is that the movie definitely had some influence on it, but it's also entirely possible that Bones knew My Villain Academia was an excellent way to end the season with a bang, and that trying to make it this big event that was shrouded in
Facts. The villain arc was an amazing way to end it with a bang. It was. Like it was.
history on not only the hero's part this time around, but also the viewer's part for a handful of episodes would make for an interesting experience. Not too long into this, Hawk shows up, acts a little strange, hands off the villain Destro's book to everyone, and dips. With it,
That was a great scene. That was an amazing scene. I'm not gonna lie. I like the little subtle hints of what's going on and everything. That was actually a really good scene. Like, low key underrated. It was like it literally like hyped up the future arc. You know what I'm saying? It hyped it up. I'm not gonna lie.
in the book he gave to Endeavor is a coded message about the Liberation Army and their plans to attack just 4 months from that point on. With the pretty serious situation at hand, Endeavor wastes no time training the three boys to the fullest as they'll need it. Then comes the movie tie-in filler episode. Look, I'm not going to pretend like this was one of the best episodes.
I forgot about this episode. Oh man, it was. Oh man, yeah. It was probably, yeah. It was just there. Yeah, this episode was just
My
there.
Hero that's ever come out, but it was decent fun, and I always find it nice to see some of the other characters get the spotlight. I mean, who doesn't love a good Froppy appearance? But now, with 9 episodes left, Bones is really starting to cut it close. Now, it's finally time for what we've all been waiting for. That's right, My Villain Oh, we've got the Kurogiri Shirakumo episode.
I
Look,
forgot
this was a
about that
fantastic
too.
episode,
Oh
but
my
it's
god. I forgot. I think hopefully that has something like is very important later on. I forgot about some of these episodes, man. Yeah, I forgot. Like the middle portion of My Hero season 5 was. Oh man, it was a blur. It was a little bit of a blur. I'm not gonna lie. But hopefully this is come more important like later on, hopefully. Cause if not, then yeah.
almost as if they know what they're doing at this point. Okay, now we're in My Villain Academia. Surely we don't have to worry about seeing the League in dire straits and taking on the Creature Rejection Clan, right? I mean, that was like 2/3 of the chapter actually titled My Villain Academia, so it's gotta be there, right? Well, yeah, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Don't get me wrong, I was still upset at the other things being cut, but I feel it was a big mistake to cut the Creature Rejection Clan battle. This goes way beyond the character development Spinner would have got from its inclusion. Now we're cutting stuff that has potentially big world-building properties to it. See, we get a little hint at discrimination towards heteromorphic quirk wielders throughout this series, but never to the extent of a psychotic religious cult practicing their beliefs. I mean, I feel that's a pretty big deal. It's much more than just casual comments from people being warded out by how some people look.
Damn, they really cut out some stuff that like really like had character development or show more about the villains and like that's pretty important. Damn, I didn't know that. Whew. I guess this is why like. Man, this is why like it's hard to just like read the manga and then appreciate the anime as much because they be cutting off like some of the stuff you really liked about the manga. and it's like, damn. But then when you're anime only, like, oh shit, this is lit. You're not even knowing what the hell they cut out. Oh man.
These are people that want to kill people with mutant-type quirks. While there haven't been any more references to them in the manga since the League murdered all of them, the fact is that this was the first serious look at the darker sides of even the villainous groups. And it was just completely cut. I say, My Villain Academia really wasn't all that badly paced. Sure, there were a few moments that I felt could have used the tiniest amount of more screen time, but overall, the fast-paced action of these two groups fighting each other felt really good. Getting Toga's backstory, her fight with Curious, and seeing her quirk evolution. It was all just great stuff. Also, come on, twice overcoming his trauma and busting up the Sad Man's parade? Unbelievably dangerous for the heroes. I don't even need to mention both Tenko and Shigaraki's origins. Just devastating, sick, and insane. And even with some scenes not looking their best, we still managed to get amazing cuts for all their fights, especially Shigaraki's. We see Yukina Kosaka come in with one of the best scenes of the season. And even when the animation wasn't crazy, the general looks of everything was top notch.
I'm not gonna lie, that villain arc. Yo. That arc was crazy. It was so risky, but at the same time, like, it was genius. In my opinion, it was like, because have you ever seen like a show attempt to have like the main antagonist be like kind of showing him as like, it's kind of like the main character for like a couple of episodes, you know? Like, they gave this man character development. Like, this man got character development. He got stronger. He got the flashback, you know? He got the realization, enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? He got all of those. Like, usually it's exclusive for the main character. But like... But now, like, My Hero actually did that. I don't think I've ever seen that. Or, especially, at least in anime. If you have, then, like, let me know. But I think this is the first time I've ever seen something like this. That was crazy. It was hella risky, too, because not much shows do that, you know. at least at like this like type of way, you know. You see, probably, yeah, they probably show like a flashback or something and all that, but just to have it where its focus is on the villain, like it's episodes of like upon episodes focusing on the villain and that character's growth. You know, different level.
I don't know if these people were aware, but we're still in the middle of a pandemic right now. Japan got hit hard from the Olympics, the horrendous spreading of new variants around the world, and their particularly inadequate vaccine rollout. I have no doubt this played a major, if not the largest, role in production issues for the studio. If that is in fact the
true, I'd actually, for some reason, people forget about that, and I'm one of them.
Case, go ahead and criticize those higher-ups for not delaying episodes until conditions were better for their employees. You can even get them on switching up the narrative being a creatively poor decision. But saying that they got sloppy because they hate the villains while only caring about the movies is just preposterous to me. But hey, that's just my 2 cents. Anyhow, the season ends with the Paranormal Liberation Front being formed, the UA students showing off their new moves, and everyone preparing for war. It's definitely a good way to get everyone hyped up for the next season. And honestly,
it was an amazing way to get people hyped up. I was hyped, man. I was hyped. When I saw all of that going down and the formations and everything and all the planning getting executed, like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. That last episode got me hyped, bro. Hyped.
I can't wait. As much as I'd like more My Hero as soon as possible, I think taking that standard 1 year off will be really good for Bones, as I truly think or hope that the pandemic will be a little simmered down by then. Anyways, those are my thoughts on My Hero Season 5. While it is far from perfect, I think there was still a lot of enjoyment to be had from this season. And
yeah, a lot of enjoyment. I think it's underappreciated, to be honest. Hot take, I guess.
I can only hope that we all get what we want from Season 6. But tell me, what did you all think? Do you believe all the negativity towards this season is overblown? Or did Bones really mess this one up? Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, let me know your thoughts too. So I guess that's the end of it. Yeah, that's the end of the video. So alright, great review. Also gave my own thoughts on everything, you know. It's nice hearing other people's opinions and like see if I agree or disagree. MysticSage, cool name. Way better than mine. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Nice video. I really enjoyed My Hero. So to be honest, it was a good season. Not the best, obviously. It's not better than season 3 or 4 or 1. I don't know about 2. Could be better than 2. I don't know. Maybe not. You could potentially be the worst My Hero series season, but like it was still solid. In my opinion, it was still a solid season. So yeah, like I said, underrated. Hot take.